What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? Yeah.
Big beats.
We talk about the music, talk about the culture. Talking about. We talking hip hop, cause it's never over. We talking about. You know we bring the heat, cause the world colder. Right. We ready for this war and we got our soldiers. We talking about. We talking about the way we gotta feed the streets. We talking about. We talking food for thought. Everybody eats. Real life. We talking real life, but we ain't gotta preach. Not at all. We talking about love and we spreading peace. What we talking about? We talking about the news running through the town. Right. We talking about the way we hold our people down. What we talking about? We talking real gems, people gotta learn. What we talking about? We talking cash money, people gotta earn. What we talking about? We talking about respect and we talking pride. Right. You gotta stand tall when you come outside. Real life. We talking about the news that ain't out yet. What we talking about? If you want that real talk, this is that outlet. What we talking about?
Salute. Welcome back to the What We Talkin Bout podcast. I am your host, Rick. We back in the building, man. Air horns. Gotta let the air horns off, man. Welcome back to the What We Talkin Bout podcast, man. On today's episode, man, we're gonna talk about hoop dreams. You know what I'm saying? I think a majority of us as kids had hoop dreams, you know. I myself had hoop dreams, you know. I grew up playing ball, super nice. I'm still nice. Now I just take my son to the court, you know. But back when I was a kid, you know, basketball was everything, right? I used to sleep with basketballs. I used to practice my autographs. Penny Hardaway was my favorite player of all time. Like, I was really heavy into basketball growing up, you know, but the older I got, I kind of fell out of it. Like, I never wanted to try out for the teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would come home, the coaches be at the crib already, like, yo, come on, man, just come play. Of course, you ain't got to try out or nothing, right? But I don't know, I just never really, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you grow up and you don't have nobody, like, pushing you to something, you can take something for granted. You know what I mean? So I kind of took my talents for granted. Okay. But I was on YouTube. I was watching this video about Sebastian Telfair. Sebastian Telfair played about 10 years in the NBA, made about 19 million or something like that, 19, 20 million NBA money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he did outside the NBA, but whatever the case. But more or less, let's just say he's seen 20 million, right? I see a lot of different backlash online. You know, some people are sympathetic, some people are not sympathetic because, you know, according to the videos, he's back in the projects, Brooklyn, and he's having a hard time right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's currently locked up. I think he had to do like 6 months or something like that. A couple of years ago, he did another sentence. He got caught with some guns or something like that. You know, I'm not with to kick somebody while they down, right? But something that I wish that more people took some time to do was learn from others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on that. I'm big on learning from other people's mistakes. I don't gotta know you. I could never have met you. You know what I'm saying? I could just see something from afar or read something, and I can learn from that. You know, I think that people who are famous, athletes, there's a blueprint of, you know, things to look at. If you there's a blueprint of how this can go if I don't do X, Y, Z. You know, there's always an example out there. I just wish more players and athletes, you know, took the time out to really focus on that. Like, yo, you know, after I play, this could go left. You know what I'm saying? And by the time you in the league, especially in the 2000s, man, you've seen there's been players before you that have got out the league and gone broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a new thing. I just wish players really did like pay attention to those that came before them. You know what I'm saying? And do what you see successful people doing, right? If that makes sense. So if you see this player lost all his bread, it's just fucked up in the game, you're not gonna want to follow that path. You know what I'm saying? But if you see this player over here, he did X, Y, Z. Not saying you're gonna do the same exact thing as that person, because everybody's different. You might not have the same interests as that person, but you could kind of more or less see like, okay, let me make these type of moves so I don't end up like this person. You know what I'm saying? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think in one of the clips he said that he felt like the money will never stop. But it's just like, man, yo, we have to get. I just personally think that we have to get out of that mentality, because the money always stop. You know, and again, man, I just wish that people understood that you can really learn from watching other people. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with a lot of bread, and you know you can have the wrong people around you, whether they be family or friends. It don't matter. They could still be the wrong people. So I get all that. I get all that. You know, I'm a big advocate on watching and learning from other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Um, it would be dope though, like, if there was some type of fraternity. You know what I'm saying? The NBA should be like some type of fraternity, to where it's like maybe the NBA itself should invest. Like, what if they invested in more, you know, after NBA life for their players? You know what I'm saying? Like, develop some type of stipend or some type of something, you know? Because in all reality, man, the players earn the NBA way more money than the NBA actually pays the players, right? So what if, like, after retirement, you know, they set you up with a certain amount of dollars? You know, I'm just gonna say, let's just say after you retire, you get, you know, I don't know, 30 grand a month type. You know what I'm saying? Something, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just shooting for the hip, because I'm just trying to say, is there anything that the players can do? I know they got different stuff in the NBA, like for after the NBA, you know what I'm saying? I get that, but maybe it should be like some type of class or some type of course or something, man. Like, is there a little bit more you can do with these people that aren't financially sound enough to manage their money out after they get out the league? You know what I'm saying? And I guess like somebody could just be like, well, it ain't the NBA's problem. I just look at it like, man, for the amount of work that they put to get to the league, maybe they can have something that's like, okay, you know, after you play or after you retire, boom, we could set this XYZ up for you. You know what I'm saying? Or even bare minimum, like, make them part of their contracts to be like, yo, after you retire, we're going to set you up with a financial advisor, and at least let them talk to that person. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go haywire and you choose not to listen or whatever the case, then cool. So be it. That's on you. I understand that. What can we do to help these players? You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine growing up in the projects, right? Dedicating your life to playing basketball, right? Then you go to the league for a decade. You do 10 years in the NBA, you make $20 million on top of extra money outside the NBA, whatever the case, right? Then you blow that money, and now you're back in the projects that you grew up in. That alone gotta be like a mental, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can think positively. You could think positive about the situation. You know, I seen him in the videos. He's saying like it's a blessing and he's smiling and all that. But at the same time, you made it out of there. And to make 20 million and then just to end up back there, that takes a lot on your mental health. I don't care how much a person smiles. I don't care how much they say, you know, we're going to get through this and all that. That's a lot on your mental health. I don't care what you say out your mouth, right? And, you know, that's a lot of people's story. You know, if you go through any projects in America, man, you got plenty of people dead in the hood that could be in the NBA easily. But, you know, whatever their path was, they didn't go to the league, right? That's different than, yo, I could have went to the league, but I dropped out. Or, yo, I could have went to the league, but I got hurt. I could have went to the league, but I got locked up. You know, I was trying to provide for my family. I was doing illegal stuff. Whatever the case, that's not the same as going and being in the league for 10 years, earning millions of dollars, and now you're back here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, again, I really like. I'm recording this, so I don't have. I'm not looking into like the NBA like benefit packages and nothing like that to see what they do for the players after retirement and things like that. Maybe they do got programs. I'm not sure, but there's enough, man. We seen enough NBA players. You know what I'm saying? That really lost all their bread. That really like went downhill. You know, like I think something should be in place to help them out. You know what I'm saying? They provided entertainment for however many years, man, and earned billions of dollars for these companies. I don't think it's nothing that they can't do. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. It ain't but so many people that can be in the NBA. You know, maybe they should put a pool together, or something. I don't know, man. But I'm just saying, like, to earn money, that amount of money, and then to just lose it all has to be a different type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can bounce back and, figure it out. Hopefully some of his NBA friends, man, like somebody could throw the man a job or, you know what I'm saying? Like help him get on his feet. And I'm not saying like, yo, oh, go give him $2 million. You know what I'm saying? But like these NBA players and things like that, it's things that can be done. You know what I'm saying? That's like if I was on the team with the man and like if I looked at him like, yo, that's my boy right there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do something in my power to help him out. You know what I'm saying? Because the NBA should be like a fraternity, man. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like, yo, if I got this business over here, yo, you wanna come on board? Yo, do XYZ, set him up with a little, yo, look, man, this joint, if we work this out right, you can make 10 grand a month running this business or whatever. If the person's down to do it, you work it out. If they're not down to do it, cool. At least you tried. You know? For real, that gotta be a crazy mind bend. That gotta be a crazy mind bend, man, of you just earning $20 million and then you back in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it's one thing to have never have left the hood, even if you had the potential, but you ain't never leave the hood. That's one thing. But to leave the hood, travel the world, earn millions and millions of dollars, and then come right back to the hood, that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than a person in jail that was rich. You know what I'm saying? You got $10 million in the street, but you in jail. You're gonna have a harder time in jail than the person who never had the 10 million and they just always been in and out of jail their whole life. You know what I'm saying? You come from sleeping on king size beds, the softest mattresses, bed sheets, eating the finest food. You know what I'm saying? Now you're three hots in the cot. This is what they do. You know, they coming from the projects. They ain't coming from the same living conditions as you. You know what I mean? Jail is jail, prison is prison. But you gonna have it way harder than them because you know the food you used to eat. You know the cars you used to drive, the clothes you used to wear. You know what I'm saying? The beds you used to sleep on. It's a way different thing. You know? But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I just wanted to come on here, man, because like I said, man, we all had hoop dreams. You know, everybody had hoop dreams. Everybody tried to play some type of sports when they was kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that any youngin', because nowadays you could go online and you could look at the youngins, man. They scouting these guys out. They scouting these youngins out in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, remember that movie Hoop Dreams? Like they was in high school and all that. That was in the early '90s when that movie Hoop Dreams came out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But they did a documentary over a few years about these two guys from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. And they was in high school. Now they're even younger, and their game is more elevated. You know what I mean? You can go on YouTube right now, see somebody in 7th, 8th grade getting busy, right? Getting super, super, super busy. And I just want to say, if you are a basketball player and you coming up and you know you on your way to the league, get you a financial advisor, get you a nice, solid, small team, all that 50, 60 person entourage and looking out for every last person. No. Get you a nice, small circle. Build that to be so everybody within your small circle could be some type of boss. You know what I'm saying? Give people jobs. Don't just have people hanging around you. You understand? Because everybody should want to progress the brand. Find jobs for people to do. And so they can elevate, get good at what they doing, branch off and create more jobs and more, income, more ideas. You understand? Don't just be like, yo, I'm the guy, I'm going to hold everybody down. Because if anything mess up with you, everything is done. So build your team up. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, look at the people that came before you. People don't do that often, man. You get into music, you don't look at the artists before you. You get into the NBA, you don't look at the people before you. You might look at their career and their highlights and all that. How they living outside of basketball. How they living after retirement. You understand? That's what you need to look at. Don't get in the league and be like, yo, such and such is my favorite player, but all you do is watch his highlight clips. How was that person living out after basketball? That's something you need to look at too. It's too many examples of people losing all their money. It's too many examples. There's no excuse anymore because everything is online. Everything is on the internet. You can go on the internet and look up anything you want to see. How to keep my money. You shouldn't have to Google that because you have enough money to go and get you the best financial advisors in the world. You know what I'm saying? I recommend you have a couple people watching your money. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody watching that money and then have somebody watching that person with your money. Don't just be all open armed, trust anybody with your money because they shiesty too. Them people steal money too. These accountants and all that, they steal too. So be on top of your game, man. And I'm talking to any youngin' that's coming up, that's about to go to the league, play some type of sports, get some type of bread, man. Pay attention to your money. Don't buy a car every year. You don't need it. Don't be that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? These models, these cars, they change like every 4 years. They might change something up. But if you want a Maybach and it's 2025 and you want a 2025 Maybach, cool. Get the 2025 Maybach. Make sure you could afford it. And then don't go back and get the 26 Maybach just because that came out. The 25 Maybach is still hard. I don't give a fuck if it's 2030. If you like the 25 Maybach, you stick with your 25 Maybach. It ain't going to be too much difference. We in 2025. I want right now, as I'm recording this podcast right now, my favorite car of all time, I got it on my vision board, is a 2021 Maybach. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's 2025. I don't give a fuck if it take me 10 more years to get that car. I still want the 2021 Maybach. Buy what you like. You understand? And that's going, I hope some youngins come across this video, man. For real. Learn from other people's mistake. Be modest with your spending. You know what I'm saying? You can go get you a nice watch and all that. Yo, rock that watch for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your kid is, rock that kid for a few years. You don't need 20 watches. You need 20 iced out watches. Let's say you like APs and Rollies. All right. Make sure you cop a Rollie, do some business or whatever, some other reward yourself like that. Yo, you know what? I'm going to do, if this is successful at this, boom, I'll treat myself to a Rollie. Okay, treat myself to an AP. Those are two different watches. You understand? And I get it. Rolexes and all that could be investments. So if you're buying the right pieces that you know is going to increase in value, by all means. But don't just be out there blowing your money frivolously. Because at the end of the day, you can go and throw a chain on, a watch, nice ring, and that could be your kid. Because half the people that you be around or whatever the case, they ain't going to be able to afford that kit you got on. You don't need 20 different kits. Get you a chain that you like, 2 chains or whatever you want to do. Because I get it. You're gonna at some point you're gonna have some type of disposable bread. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if you want to go grab something, cool, but you don't have to be excessive with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta be Floyd Mayweather. Buy shit to be buying it. You don't want to do that. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Invest your money. Protect your money. Learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's for all the homies out there that got hoop dreams, man. You're gonna spend all your life busting your ass to get to the league, play in the league, right? You want to be financially free and financially set once you get out of the league. That's more important. That's damn near more important than actually playing in the league. Because you don't want to go to the league and then you back in the hood. So learn from other people's mistakes. Get the right small circle around you and build. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, man, we all have hoop dreams, man. So just in case any youngin' out there, if you listening to this and you got a couple youngins that's trying to go to the league, play them this joint, man, so they can hear these jewels that I'm dropping at the end, man. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is Rick. This is the What We Talking About podcast, man. I'm gone. In the building.